Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Wisdom Audio demonstration, and thank you for waiting patiently outside. I know how boring that is, sitting in a queue, but you're in. It's all 24 seats taken, so thanks for that. So we have a 20-minute demonstration for you today. The presentation is 3 video clips. There's a short introduction to Wisdom Audio, but I'm going to explain first what's in the room. This is a 13.6.8 theatre system. So there are 13 loudspeakers in the horizontal layer. These are the Wisdom LS4i loudspeakers. These are our flagship reference models. And this is a full planar magnetic drive unit. So there are no cones in this speaker whatsoever. For those of you who know Wisdom Audio, all of our loudspeakers use planar magnetic technology. And what that is, it's a film transducer. It's a polymer film and it's tensioned tightly all the way around like a drum skin. And on the back of it is a flat voice coil. And then either side of that, there are magnets placed in front and behind. And that's the magnetic structure. In here, there's more than 2,000 magnets that don't want to be together, squashed together in that motor structure. Now we use film technology because it's very lightweight. If you're going to produce a speaker drive unit, a cone, you want it to be as light as possible. And the reason is you want it to start and stop quickly. You want good transient response. The film is as light as anything. I mean, it's lighter than the air it's pushing. So it's the lightest drive unit in the world. This is a full range loudspeaker. This panel plays 80 Hertz to 20 kilohertz in one panel. The other benefit of planar technology is the fact that it has very high sensitivity. So these have 100 dB sensitivity, which is incredible. If you put 1 watt signal in, you get 100 decibels out. And the only speakers that ever do that are these big horn speakers you see in at hi-fi shows. So you don't need a lot of power to run these. But they're very, very dynamic and very accurate. So we have 13 of these around the room in the horizontal plane. So we have 3 behind the screen. This is an acoustically transparent screen. So we have a left, a center, and a right. Then there are 6 side channels. So we have side 1, 2, and 3. They're the speakers that are flat against the wall here. Behind you are the rear channels on the big podiums. So if you look behind you, that's the giant ones behind. And then when we're playing Dolby Atmos content, these front wide speakers will also be working as well. So for the 3D effect, we have 8 overhead channels. So these are our Atmos height channel speakers. All of these are discrete channels. So when there are objects flying around over your head, every one of these speakers will be able to play that content, and they can all play different content as well. And then for subwoofers, we have 6 of our STS models. There's 4 across the front here, in front of the screen. And then we have another 2, one either side of you. And we actually bought 10 of these to the show. The reason for that was when we booked this room, we looked at it and went, this is a big room. We're going to need a lot of bass. If you want to get really good bass energy and really good impact, you need a room that's sealed. For anyone that's been to trade shows and put on shows at trade shows, you know that the walls are not solid walls. I mean, these are made of cardboard and cheese. And so the bass energy just flows out of the room. So you generally need a lot of pressure to get this to work. We got lucky and we only needed 6 of our subwoofers. So 4 on the front, 2 on the side. Now these are transmission line. There are dual 15-inch drive units in here. It's the equivalent of a double 18-inch subwoofer. And these also have 100 dB sensitivity. So they would produce a lot of energy with not a lot of power going into them. Pretty special system. And we don't bring these products to the shows very often because it's 2 truckloads of equipment in here. But it is a home system. So we're going to play 3 clips for you. The first one is an animation. It's brand new out. It's called The Missing Link. We're playing it because of the dialogue clarity. It's actually a 5.1 surround mix, so only the side and front channels will work. But the first time you hear a planar magnetic speaker, as I did, you notice one thing about it is the speed and clarity of the speaker is phenomenal, especially on vocals. And that's why we're playing this clip, because the clarity of the dialogue is phenomenal, and you'll pick up on that straight away. The other 2 movies are 2 full Atmos clips. One of them is Unbroken, and the other one is a Hans Zimmer concert. Every speaker in here will then be working on those next 2 clips. So we're going to get the show started. I'll come back and see you in a few minutes time. So hope you enjoy it.